Today we're asking the age-old question, relic or no relic?
To age or not to age? That is the question. Whether 'tis to be nobler or...
Hey guys, Scott and Taylor here from Oklahoma Music Co.
I'm Scott.
I'm Taylor. Today we're talking about something that I don't know if it's beating a dead horse, but
It's a hot topic still to this day.
I mean, to relic or not to relic? Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah, and everybody likes to tell you their opinion too.
That is true. We were talking about this and Sophie was like, not relic. Here's the thing about relicing. I mean, people of all ways of thinking is, a lot of people look at a guitar like this, and this is a pretty heavy relic. Both of these are Fender Custom Shop models, based off early 50s Teles. I say that because this is a 51, they're calling this a 51 Tele.
And this is a 50 Tele.
And no, that's a double Esquire. But it says Telecaster on it.
Here we go. We had this conversation
Fender
before.
takes these liberties where they're like, yeah, that's a 1947
The Esquire, as you know, is a
Strat.
single pickup, but this has two pickups, so we're calling it the double Esquire, which really is a Tele.
They're both Teles.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're comparing two custom shop Teles, one heavy relic, one not. And here's the thing is people are like, well, I don't like the relics because if I put a ding on it, I want it to be mine. You know what I mean? I don't.
But then you have the other school of thought. It's like, here, I can't afford a real, 51 Telecaster, and if I could, would have spent so much money on it, I'd be afraid to take it out and play it. This is already nice and worn in.
You know what's the interesting thing about that? I was thinking about this too, is like, okay, with new guitars, they're typically much more expensive if you relic them. But with vintage guitars, they're more expensive if they're cleaner.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. But you think to yourself, why does it cost more? They beat it up because they have to start it looking like this and then age it back out. So.
I mean, there's an undeniable feel thing, and that's really why I love relic'd guitars or guitars with a certain patina on it, because I mean, this thing. A lot of people are like, oh, sticky neck, sound like sticky. Well, you don't have to worry about that here because this has been taken down.
What he's referring to is, on an unaged guitar like this, you have this lacquer on the back of the neck, and that can actually get sticky on your hands. Your hands sweat. That can actually cause your hand to stick. On an older relic guitar or a plated guitar, show the back of that neck there. That finish is all worn off, or in this case, sanded off, and it's much more smooth. Now your hand doesn't stick to it at all. So.
And you don't have to worry about, if you ding this one. Like literally, if you ding this one, you would never know the difference.
No. Who's to say what ding you put in?
Who's to say that was factory?
Yeah.
Is that a factory ding or did it happen afterwards? Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
So I will say there to me, and maybe I'm going to geek out here, there's a sound difference too. When you have a lacquer finish like this that you've removed a lot and you've cracked a lot, you've opened it up, that piece of wood is going to be much more free, much more resonant, and you have a much more vibrating guitar rather than something that is closed in like a shell here. So,
by the way, we're playing these through a 1965 Bandmaster back here. We just thought, let's do an old amp for old looking guitars. The Fender Custom Shop doesn't really miss though, because whether you get it, oh, that tone was all the way down. Spanky, super spanky.
Everything you'd want from a Tele.
I mean, this particular one sounds really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they can't miss whether you want it relative, whether you don't. I mean, we went to the
fun fact. Yeah, this is from the NAMM show.
Yeah, we went to the NAMM show, and we put in a bid for this particular guitar and got this guitar from the NAMM show. And then how many did they have? Was it like
350?
350 custom Taylors. We went to the Taylor thing too. 350 custom Fenders.
Now, to be fair, they weren't all Fenders. There were some Gretches. There were some
true
Jacksons.
But the majority of them were Fenders.
Probably 80% of them were Fenders. Yeah.
Different levels. I mean, you'll see stuff that looks brand new. You'll see stuff that's super heavy relic, you'll see stuff. And you know, it's kind of the thing that Fender's known for now, is doing the relic thing. So much so that other companies have kind of followed suit with different levels of patina. But nothing ages like a Fender. You know what I mean? Like, the beat up Fenders look the coolest.
They absolutely do. Nothing looks cooler than an old school, well played Fender. And you know, he brought up the point earlier about, you know, the ones that are not, the vintage guitars that are not all worn bring more than the worn ones, and then vice versa when you're talking about, you know, custom shops, it's the other way around. But I've always experienced the guitars that look like this, that look like they've been loved and played, always sound better than the ones that look pristine.
Yeah. This particular one, one thing I'll show you on this too, that's like not part of like beating up the body, but a really cool thing that they did on this particular, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Have you ever seen like the sticker fade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Like amazing that they went through the detail to show that like, oh, this was an old guitar that had a sticker right there and it faded up. So little things like that that are just really, really cool. So to sum it up, I'm gonna say in general, I'm pro relic.
I'm gonna have to say pro relic as well. Please drop your comments below. Let us know. Do you think relic, to relic or not to relic? To age or not to age?
The age-old question.
The age-old question. Drop your answer below.